So, I've run into a problem, not really a problem, but more of like a subjective con with the Free P4. Now, I've had this for about a year. One of the best multi-tools I've ever owned. But I'm a lefty, and originally the blade is here. So I would have to open it with my middle finger like that. Or, I'm sorry, no. I would have to open it right here. It's on the opposite side of the scissors. So I'd have to open it like this. But if you look, the knife and the serrated edge, or the serrated blade, is the same width. So all you really have to do is take one of these out on each side. In my case, I don't know if this is for everything, but there's a T8 and a T9. At least that's what I've come to find out. Like, this one looks bigger. That one looks bigger. And they might be, they might not be. I've taken it apart once before, so I might have slightly stripped the Torx, or at least rounded it just a little bit. But I took a T8. What I did is I just had a set of safety Torx bits. I had the smallest one, which is a T8, and I just did that, unscrewed it, and I took something like this. So it's there's gonna be a small screw, and then there's gonna be like a female rod, like a female threaded rod, or internal threaded rod, if that is better for you. So what you're gonna want to do is, because they're on the same side, there's gonna be one that has a screw coming out this way and one that has a screw coming out the other way. So you're gonna want to take this pin and push it into the threaded portion, the internally threaded portion of that rod, and push it through, so that because there's washers in here and everything too. If you look, there's like a little space. Yeah. So there's a little space right there. There's a little washer there, and there's a little washer on the other side that's half as thin. So you're gonna want to make sure that you don't take those out, because those are a bitch to get back in the right spot. If they do end up coming out, you're just gonna want to take the wide, really flat washer and put it on the inside, and the thicker, smaller washer on the outside towards the outside wall. And all I did was I took the straight edge and the serrated edge and just switched them. That's it. Before, at one point, I tried switching all of them around, but if you look, the straight edge and, for instance, the saw is a different width, so it won't work. But these will. So if you'd rather have this forwards and accessible if you're a left-handed individual, that is 100% what I recommend. I need to get some thumb tabs too. That makes it a lot easier. But one thing I will say is you need to make sure that you have some medium strength thread locker as well, because these will back out over time. Now, I took this out. I took these out about, I want to say about 8 months ago, and I have had to retighten them a few times because there is some lock rock and side-to-side play over time. But if you do put thread locker in, it does eliminate the lock rock, which not so much a lock rock, but 100% there is side-to-side play over time. So you want to make sure that you put some thread locker in there before you put these screws back in. And with these pins, there's pins up here too. You'll see that they align with both sides. Sometimes what happens is they'll slide to the side and it won't align with the hole. So if it feels like it's not closing correctly and it feels like something's wrong, just double check and make sure that these pins are aligned in the holes. And if they're not, all you really have to do is just take this here and just push it in a little bit and it'll pop right back into place. So usually they'll slide towards the outside and you just pop it back in. But that's it, really. I mean, just what I did today is I just re-oiled it, and if you have something like mineral oil works great for these because they're also food safe, or food grade mineral oil is food safe. But that works good for these. I don't use this for food, so I used clipper oil, like for like hair trimmers. That works really good too. I just threw some right across right here, and then I threw some across here, and then right inside here, in between the two sides of the pliers. And then I just kind of shook it around, opened them, closed them a bunch, and then just kind of banged it on a paper towel. And over time, you'll notice it does start to get a little bit dirty, just because, you know, it's just oil, you know, collecting some dirt and stuff that's stuck in there. And then over time, you just got to wipe it out, and it's good. But yeah, that's the one thing that I would recommend doing if you're a lefty and you have trouble with right-handed 3P4.